Riley Stearns is back with a brand new movie at Sundance 2022. This one is called Duel. This is his follow-up to The Arts of Self-Defense, which was not a movie I loved, but it was one that I was excited to see what he did next. And here we have it. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. Today we're going to be discussing Duel. This stars the likes of Aaron Paul, Karen Gillan, two Aaron Gillans, and it is once again written and directed by Riley Stearns. Now, this is about a woman who opts for a cloning procedure after she receives a terminal diagnosis. But when she recovers, her attempts to have her clone decommissioned fails, leading her to a court-mandated battle to the death. Now, I've been looking forward to this because when I saw Riley Stearns' directorial debut with Art of Self-Defense, I was pretty impressed with it. I didn't love the movie, but his directing style very much is reminiscent of Yorgos Lanthimos, which I love him. So even though it's not like the most unique style of directing or writing, it's a style of writing and directing that we don't get too often, especially really much it's just Yorgos and him doing this type of style. And I love Yorgos stuff, and while Art of Self-Defense I didn't love, I was looking forward to what he was going to do next. And Duel's concept overall was the thing that actually sucked me. And then, of course, when you say Karen Gillan and, of course, Aaron Paul are going to be in here, I'm sucked in as well. And I liked it. I think this is a way better film than Art of Self-Defense, especially when it has things to say as well as its entertaining value. Now, I don't think the movie's perfect, as I do have some slight issues with it that I will talk about in just a second. But starting with my pros, Karen Gillan. This is one of her most unique performances yet. Not just the fact that she has to play two versions of herself, but in the same sense of, she came on screen, I'm like, oh, that's Karen Gillan. But you completely forget that it's her. Like, she very much embodies this different personality. And when you go from looking at Gunpowder Milkshake to Jumanji to, of course, when she plays Nebula in the Guardians films, and now you look at her in this film, it starts to show how great of an actress she truly is. And I thought she was absolutely phenomenal in the way that she's able to give off the dialogue in such a monotonic way that it's slow-paced and also kind of awkward and cringy, but it works for the style of filmmaking. Aaron Paul actually plays her combat instructor in here. Yes, she hires him to train her on how to kill someone. Aaron Paul is one of those actors that ever since Breaking Bad, I love when he shows up in things because I think he's absolutely such a stunning star. Speaking of stars, it really is Riley Stearns directing in here that I do think is the big standout of it all. The way that he makes such a dark comedy so entertaining from every single second. And the one big thing that I'll give credit where credit is due. Art of Self-Defense, I felt like the pacing was all over the place and honestly did not work for me. And for an hour-and-a-half movie, that movie felt like 2.5 hours. In Duel, this movie actually feels its runtime. The pacing is way paced out better. And for me, I find Riley to actually be stepping into his own territory here. And I also add in here the way that he's able to really dive into here, because just like how Art of Self-Defense was about toxic masculinity, what this one is about is kind of the best version of ourselves. What if you could be replaced? If you were dying and you could clone yourself so your loved ones wouldn't be missing you as much and the pain wouldn't be as bad, would you? And what happens when that clone comes in and they're a better version of you? And then you start to find yourself that maybe you need to rediscover who you truly are. Those are certain elements that I think we all deal with on a daily basis, especially as it comes to the way that we reflect on ourselves. The way that this film actually deals with the insecurities of ourselves and as well as what people think about us, that is one of the best elements of this, and I think Riley absolutely hit the note on the head there. Let's jump over to my cons, because I had one con with this movie, and it was the ending, sadly. I didn't know how this movie was going to end, and in fact, I should have been prepared for how it was going to end, especially the way that Art of Self-Defense ended. I wasn't that satisfied with the ending of this. While I liked the ending and I understood what they were going for me, it just kind of ended. Like, it was just so jarring. And maybe it'll work for some others, maybe it won't work for others. For me, it didn't work for me completely. I'll still say Duel was an absolutely entertaining time. As a dark comedy, we don't get too many films like this. I love the monotonic style of filmmaking that Riley has here. And of course, the performance from Karen Gillan is absolutely great. Aaron Paul is also fantastic. And I overall just really enjoyed this movie. It's one of my favorites of the festival, I would say, but will it stay up there? We will see. I recommend if you liked Art of Self-Defense or you're a fan of Yorgos Lanthimos to absolutely check this one out when it does come out. There's no studio pushing this out yet, so we don't have a release date, but I overall enjoyed it, and that's why I'm going to give Duel a B+. Thank you once again, guys, for watching this. You guys are seriously all the best. Make sure, again, to hit that like and subscribe button, as well as comment down below your guys' overall thoughts. Are you guys excited for this movie? Are you not? Let's discuss it all down there. As well, guys, head on over to Samchon Films on how to see films early. And, of course, just once again, thanks so much for watching. Look forward to more videos soon. And, of course, until next time, stay classy.